Hello, welcome, and thanks for listening to Carbon Cli-MATES, an energy podcast dedicated to discussing all things energy, carbon, and sustainability. We also like to talk about what's getting hot, aside from our planet. I'm your host, Enya, and today I'm joined by my Carbon Cli-MATE and co-host, Adrienne. I absolutely butchered your name. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you doing? What are you up to this week?
My best friend's actually getting married this weekend.
Very good.
So she's our first one down the aisle. So we're all past ourselves.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So it pretty much spray tans, nails and hair from now Friday morning.
Yep, yeah. Have got your dress sorted and everything, yeah.
Yeah, sure do. Hanging ready to go. Hoping my mum will steam it for me.
Yeah. Brilliant. That'll be an exciting weekend.
Oh yeah, it'll be absolutely brilliant. With us being there and his friends, like we've all grown up together, so it's gonna be full of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll be sorry on Saturday and Sunday, I'm sure.
Yeah, big Monday off.
Yeah. That's good. That's good prep. That's good.
Yeah.
So, like, what is your job title?
So I'm an electrical engineer for a design consultant.
Mm-hmm. In Belfast, yeah.
Yeah. So I actually work right in between the hard bar and the dirty onion.
Very good. That is a dangerous place to work in that the amount of after work pints that must happen.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. You get paid on a Friday and then you go straight to the bar.
Oh, brilliant. I must stop by your work sometime, like, for an important meeting around,
Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
just at the end of the day, like, yeah.
Yeah, and then around 4:30 is always
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Brilliant. I'll book it in. So, how long have you been in this sector?
So I've been working since I graduated just over 2.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Actually probably closer to 3 now, but yeah, I finished up uni and got into work straight away.
Very good. Yes. Did you, what university did you go to?
I went to Queen's. I actually did my undergrad in electrical and electronic engineering, and then COVID hit, and it wasn't really, everything was up in the air. So I got offered to do a master's in sustainable development.
Very good.
Yeah, so just with everybody being home full time, I was able to do it actually from my bedroom. So it kind of I would have a lot of interest in battery storage and renewables and things like that. So it just kind of seemed to be the right path. And then I graduated and got a big girl job.
Nice. Yes. Those big girl jobs, they're always such an eye opener as well.
Oh yeah, it's awful.
But brilliant. So see, when you were at school, did you ever envisage yourself in a role like this?
Truthfully, no. I had no idea what I wanted to be ever until it was fifth year, lower sixth, where you're picking your A levels. And I just picked the ones that I didn't want to do the least.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Which left me with maths, physics, and biology. So then engineering was brought up at careers fairs and whatever. And I was going, oh God, not mechanical. I don't think I would like that. Oh, I wouldn't like civil. Seen electrical and was like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah.
So 5 years later, here we are.
Oh, that's class to hear. Oh my goodness.
No, it was a flip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here, the best things that happen in life, they're often flukes. Like,
absolutely.
And that fluke that happened 5 years ago, look at where you are now.
Yeah.
Like, running this time. Like,
far from running this time.
Okay, well, thanks for introducing yourself. Okay.
No problem.
So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. And then also the kind of topic of this episode, you can tell by your job title, focuses on electrical engineering and building services. And also talking a bit more about you because you do a lot of impressive stuff. But before we get into that, okay, I've got a joke for you.
Okay. Let's go.
So how do electrical engineers stay warm in the winter?
No idea.
Okay. With foam-made sweaters. Yeah, you can keep that. You can tell your friends, okay?
I don't think I tell anybody.
Yeah, okay. You're like, actually, I need to leave.
Yeah. Oh, my parking shop.
Yeah. Oh, okay, brilliant. So we've talked about mechanical building services on this podcast before. So and then from your job title, yep, we're going to cover electrical engineering and building services. So that includes stuff like power generation, transmission, supply and distribution of low voltage electricity. Yes, this is directly copied from Wikipedia, and I'm just listing it. So,
It sounds great.
yeah.
Really nice.
And also design of lighting systems, mechanical plant controls, and design and emergency lighting.
Yeah.
So yes, like the importance of electrical engineering in building construction can't be overstated. It's there to ensure the safe and reliable supply of electricity and to meet the energy demands of building.
Yeah.
So that as they're responsible for lighting, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, communication systems, and various other appliances. And so the proper installation and design of this help prevent electrical hazards such as electrical shocks, fires, and equipment damage. And also compliance with other various electrical codes and regulations, which you definitely know about, and I absolutely don't. So I'm gonna leave it there, and hopefully you can tell us a bit more about it. But yes, they pretty much go hand in hand with ensuring the safety and functionality of the building.
Yeah. So basically, in simple man's terms, I should say, what can you do without electricity? You can't do anything. You can't, turn on your aircon, can't turn on your computer or your lights. So basically, we're the most important people in construction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, makes sense.
Yeah. No, definitely, because even the likes of the mechanical plants, like
Yeah.
it can't even.
Can do nothing.
Yeah.
Can do nothing. Can't even watch TikTok. Can do nothing without electricity.
Can't even watch TikTok. Whoa. That's the important stuff, okay?
Absolutely. That's why I've been learning how to life or something.
Yeah. That's good. I should share this on TikTok more, but like it's got a thing where like I don't show my face as often. It's more like the guests and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Possibly you'll be called in to produce, okay?
Okay. Yes, absolutely. I can do that.
Okay, so you're an electrical engineer. Can you tell me what you love most about your job?
Probably aside from design, one of the things I love most is how niche building services is. It's a fantastic place to network. Anytime you run into anybody that works in building services, they know somebody who knows somebody who knows you. Yeah. So you definitely cannot get too drunk on a night out or all be known 3 companies over. No, it's a fantastic network, and things are moving so quickly with renewables and how we're using the world. Even things like AI, the technology is just advancing so quickly. It's a really, really interesting sector to be in.
Definitely. No, 100%. And like, would you collaborate much with different departments? We're talking there about the likes of the mechanical equipment. But one of the things like I've seen in jobs is the likes of the design of the substation or maybe the building. Is that a difficult procedure? Or?
So we would spend a lot of time with architects, civils, structural guys, and it can be. A lot of the governing bodies have a very set rule book that you can't kind of deviate from. But like most people are dead on. Most people are willing to work with you. If you're dead on, they're dead on.
Yeah.
So it just takes a little bit of Teams calls, few emails, but I actually haven't run into any major issues.
Okay.
Nobody will name drop as being a bad guy.
You're just really, really good at your job. Like, that's it.
I really wouldn't say that. Yeah.
Like, do you have any reaction to maybe, I'm sure you've worked on buildings like within the location of Belfast. But say maybe like when you step inside the building once it's complete, do you have like anything like designed this or created this?
Yeah, you get it's actually quite cringe. So you're so used to working with floor plans and you're, modeling things and you're like, right, that's fine. But it's not real life.
Yeah.
And watching a job go from a hole in the ground to a few concrete blocks to being a fully functioning building,
Mm-hmm.
you do get that sense of achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it could just be me being a massive nerd, but you are like, that was me.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. Yeah.
That sense of pride there. You're like, this is why I do this job. Like,
Yeah, you forget about all the aggressive emails and phone calls and deadlines and late nights, and you're like, satisfied.
This is what it's for. This is all what it's all for.
Yeah, no, it's great. It really, you are so proud of what you do.
Brilliant. So, see, for entering this role, I'm sure there's a lot of training. You're talking about your degree, and everything. But what sort of training or prep would you recommend for entering this role? There's different routes.
Yeah, there's a ton of different routes. I kind of an anomaly because most people that end up in building services go to Ulster and do, I think it's architectural engineering
Yes.
with building services. So I kind of, like I said, stumbled onto this role. I would definitely recommend doing that. Careers fairs, CIBSE are at a multitude of careers fairs. Building services are. Kind of just do your research
Yeah.
and get a LinkedIn and
Yeah.
reach out to somebody on LinkedIn.
The amount of people I push LinkedIn so much. The amount of people that or maybe like students or like maybe just coming out of their degree, and I'm just like, "Have you got a LinkedIn?" They're like, "No." I was like, "Got a LinkedIn? Like, it is."
LinkedIn is the new Instagram.
I've been saying this. Oh my goodness! Like, I've been saying I'm using LinkedIn more than I'm using Instagram.
Same. I wake up first thing. What's happening on LinkedIn today?
Like, okay, like someone view my profile. Who is this?
I know. It's like when Snapchat used to tell you people's 3 best friends, and you were like,
interesting. But yes, okay, well, being an engineer, I'm sure you read through a lot of different guides and regulations.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular favorite one at all, or?
Yes, I absolutely do. IET wiring regulations.
Right, okay.
They actually have brought out their second amendment there in 2022. Fantastic read.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you're counting sheep, can't get over. Absolutely fantastic read.
Like, what is it? There was this joke I told yesterday, and it was about, and I don't want to say it because it is really bad. Okay, but anyway, there is 2 electrical engineers that enter a room. Okay, and one engineer goes to a piece of wire and measures like about 6 mil.
Yeah.
Okay, and cuts it and says to the other engineer, "It's like, here, can you help me like put this wire to this circuit?" There's a name he called it. I was like, "Yeah, put this wire to the circuit." And the other engineer goes like, "Sure, there's no point in that." And the engineer's like, "Why?" It's like, because it's too short.
Again, that's horrible.
Yeah, like, this is what it's here for, okay?
It is like I'm there for a cheesy joke, but
you're like, that today's display has been absolutely
yeah, I think it's the worst so far. No, it's not. I've heard far worse.
But yeah, okay. Well, like, thanks for answering that about your training and your prep. So taking a sneaky look at your LinkedIn profile, you are a WIBSE, NI representative, and on the CIBSE YEN committee. That wasn't my fault to say, okay. But yeah, can you tell us how you got into this role?
Yeah, I started with the CIBSE Young Engineers Network. A few guys in my work were on the main CIBSE committee, and I actually don't even know. I think the gist of things are Max, our great friend Max, reached out
Yeah.
to one of the guys I work with, and Paul goes, "Adrienne's your girl."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So that happened and met all the guys at the Young Engineers. We've been best friends since.
Of course, yeah.
every meeting we have to do it in a bar, but it's going good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's going really, really good.
Mhm.
They're a great set of guys. And then WIBSE is women in CIBSE.
CIBSE, yeah.
Yeah. So again, that's something I stumbled upon. I was talking to a few of the CIBSE guys, and they were saying there wasn't a Northern Ireland representative,
Right, okay.
and I'm all about the girls,
Yes.
you know. So I just had to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just had to.
Mm-hmm. That's class. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so it's been all systems go. We're actually just advertising our first event.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very hush hush, but I got it all finalized today.
Yeah.
So we are doing a paint and sip.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we're doing it joint with Mitsubishi Electric, I should say. And it's going to be in the Waterman on the 3rd of July. Completely free. 6 p.m. Be there.
I am booking this in my calendar as we
I'll
speak.
book you in.
Yeah.
We're such great acquaintances.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Friends, come on. Like, you're like, hey,
friends.
let's not go that far, okay?
No, I think you're friends.
Yeah. Okay, 6th of July or 3rd or
3rd of July.
3rd of July. Brilliant. Okay, paint and sip. WIBSE. That's class. Oh my goodness. I will definitely be there.
I will maybe hit you up with a link.
Brilliant.
So really, really exciting.
Yeah.
There definitely is, you know, all the girls are crying out for a community within building services. I mean, it's 20-1 male to female.
Yeah.
And the girls are good for it, but not everybody wants to talk about football and rally cars every day, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And then it'll just take off and I'll be good.
Like, amazing. Well, look, cool. Congratulations on that. I'm sure there's a lot of hard work. I know.
Yeah, I didn't actually used to have this many wrinkles. So that's kind of a new thing for me. But look, no, it's great. And I've spent the entire time in building services saying to the guys in my work, can we please hire a girl? Come on, let's get a girl. I really want to meet my friends in engineering. And we're going, sure, where are your friends? And I'm like, no, you're boys. I don't like it. Like, so yeah, I'm absolutely shocked, to be honest. So hopefully it's a great success.
That's congratulations, like, again, yeah. But yeah, give me your colleagues' names. I'll tag them in this so they definitely hear this bit. Like, you're not my friends.
Do you know what? They were like, you need to go in there and you need to do a shout out for us.
Oh yeah? Do you want to shout them out? Like, what are their names?
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Sorry, boys. Okay. Like,
yeah, NFI.
Yeah, maybe next time, okay? Oh, well, brilliant. And then you're vice chair on the CIBSE YEN committee.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are actually hosting a joint event with a lot of other committees in middle of June time.
We sure are.
Yeah.
So it's a big, massive networking event, 20th of June.
Yep.
We're kind of doing it with all construction sectors, if that's the word, in and around Belfast. So that'll be absolutely brilliant. And we'll be posting all of the details about that really soon, I think next week.
Yes.
So yeah, we're dead excited about it. Again, just trying to create that sense of community, a little bit of friendship.
Yes. Yeah.
If there's, you know, a little bit of laughs and giggles, sure, even better.
Yeah. Make friends along the way, best friends there. And try to encourage people to join.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think it's great because, you know, as an electrical engineer, I kind of only run around with mechanical engineers and some sustainability engineers.
Yeah. So
it'll be really, really good to, you know, get a wee bit more out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expand your circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that because like I would say they're my best friends here. They're in sustainability or mechanical and I'm like okay, like
it's like you're in American high school and it's like the jocks and the nerds.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very not mixing.
We're down. Sustainability, I feel like, you know, it's the art, like, you know, the like, you know, we give peace and everything.
Yeah, you're the hippies.
Hippies, that's it.
Yeah.
My goodness. Probably just like the amount of people that like would have listened to this and said like, all two of them, like, like, and they're just like, how dare you compare sustainability to art? And it's like
you're green people.
green, yeah, like that's the thing.
Yeah, I would
And
say you're the modern green person, and then electrical and mechanical, and
you guys in the science, like you're in the lab, like,
we are finessing in the lab.
yeah.
But we're also Neanderthals, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are like sustainability are all, we'll do A, B, and C. And we're like,
Yeah.
guys, we don't have the budget for that. Let's put in this diesel generator,
Yeah. Oh, well, that's class. Okay, so it's come to the section of the podcast where I make up a name and I kind of ask you some questions or get your opinion.
Okay.
Instead of ask you some questions, I might ask you one or two, but they're very, I don't want to say they're very simple because they're electrical questions and I know nothing. I'm like, I'm sure an electrical engineer can answer that. I couldn't, like, yeah. But before we get into that, okay, I want to talk about something. So this title is called, it's Women Among Us, okay?
Mhm.
And Among Us, the game, and it's called Among Us, and it's
Yeah.
3 people.
Yeah.
And why there's like an imposter,
Yeah.
like always. So it's like Women Among Us, like
Mhm.
it's supposed to be like the imposter.
Yeah.
And then I put like a hyphen, and I'm like, what a relief, but what is spelled WATT.
That's excellent. That actually is good. I can get on board with that.
Yeah, okay. Brilliant. So we're back on track. We're back on track.
Back on track. First, you didn't count. All good.
Yeah. Okay. But so in March 2024, the IET, so the Institution of Engineering and Technology, published an article, and it said they're like pretty much saying, did you know there's over 1 million women in STEM occupations? I'm assuming this is in the UK. However, it might be worldwide. I don't know. So there's over 1 million women in STEM occupations, but that still only accounts for 29% of the STEM workforce.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, they're pretty much like, I'll put a link to the article in the bio, but a lot of them were saying just like imposter syndrome kind of takes control, and it's a really big like part of that. But have you ever come across that at all? Or
I actually wrote the book on imposter syndrome.
yeah,
Oh yeah, my whole life is fictional. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's wild. You're sitting in these meetings as a 20-something-year-old girl telling 6-year-old men not to speak to you like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, how did I even do that? Or you're doing like these wild calculations or whatever, and then it goes to site and it actually works, and you're like, oh my God.
It's like, wait a second.
Yeah, it's really, it's equally exciting and terrifying. And similarly, with all the roles I've just jumped into, I'm like, how did I end up here? Like, I haven't a clue. And it just seems to be nothing's went wrong.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah.
And I don't know if I just have a bit of good luck or what's happening, but yeah, no, imposter syndrome is me.
Yeah, that's, I love it, because you know what? I feel like, not every day, but like there's days I'm usually fine when maybe I'm talking to someone, and then maybe I'm talking to someone and telling them something, and then they're like, oh, are you sure? Is it not this? I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's this.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh no, I thought it was this. I'm like, maybe they're right. Like, it's like, wait a second.
I'm like, yeah, you have 20 more years experience.
Yeah.
Of course you know.
And then I'm like, hold on, I need to check this out.
Yeah.
And like, that's okay, because I find like the answer, I'll be like, I usually in meetings, like, I would give the answer. It was like, you know what? I'll look into that, get back to you on that.
You know what I do? And this is how you get out of anything. Yeah, I'll double check with the team and get back to you.
Very good. That's clear.
Or similarly, yeah, I'll run my eyes over the calcs. Yeah, I'll just double check that for you. And that totally takes the blame off you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, you just have to fake it till you make it.
And
that's it. And sometimes you just have to shout at an old man and tell him he is wrong.
Yeah. No, you're completely right. Like a lot of our, you know what? It's not even like a lot of our kind of clients who we used to work for, like they know what they want. So I find it would be like, and like they're usually fine with the like, here, we're gonna give you this. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
I find it's like when you're talking to different teams along the way, and then like, like the likes of I'm sure like, electrical and sustainability. There's stuff like, have you ever had a sustainability engineer come up to you and be like, I need these lights, so and so lumens per circuit watt.
Oh,
And you're like,
yeah.
well, hold on. Yeah, like let me do this, or like it needs to be this, or
Yeah, it kind of gets a wee bit conflicting because in a lot of the jobs we do, it's BREEAM outstanding or BREEAM excellent,
yes, yeah.
which is all well and good until you're doing glare control and you've done all your calculations on a totally different fitting and
Oh, flat.
it doesn't have the correct values and you're caught then because you've costed it at this fitting and you might need this kind of bespoke one.
Okay, yeah.
So you're kind of caught all of the time. Well, not all of the time. Makes me sound really bad at my job. But you are, you're constantly conflicted between what's the best approach, what's the approach for you and for the client. So it's just finding that balance.
No, yeah, just right. Like you met Fabidi there at the beginning, and she'd be like BREEAM, like in the BREEAM team, like BREEAM assessing, and don't know like what is it, the amount of work that like they cover.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, okay, I'm gonna go back to my safety, my SEP counts tonight. Like
for being a maths person pays off.
Yeah. And I'm like, grand.
Yeah.
But also, so hold on, hold on. I was talking about imposter syndrome. Was that imposter syndrome acting up? I don't know, but but yeah, like it's great, like that. It's funny because you often find this would be a thing among women, like the imposter syndrome, and
absolutely, yeah.
But like I find it really nice the way that like most women in engineering or STEM like seem to have it, and it's like, okay, we can kind of all support each other, and then
absolutely, yeah.
And I'm like, this is why there needs to be like, maybe all the days of importance. So like, happy International Women's Day, or I think there's a Women in Construction Day as well.
There is, yeah.
And I like, you can maybe see the eye rolls, like, people are like, oh, that day. I'm like, no, this is why it needs to happen, because people should be appreciated and celebrated. Like you're in this like you're in this like workforce, and it's tough, like not just for women, like this work construction and electrical, mechanical, energy design, it's tough for everyone, like
yeah, no, absolutely. And I think there's often the argument, why isn't there an International Men's Day?
Yeah.
And whenever you're talking 20 guys to one girl, it is important that you do help aid even the next generation coming up. We do a lot of work with STEM, and I'm a STEM ambassador. So that kind of is encouraging, teenagers, little girls and boys, to get involved in the sciences, because, at the end of the day, it's only in the past few years women even have that option. And I would be a massive advocate for a woman and a girl to be as educated as they could be. Yeah. Always put your best foot forward. People have died for the girls to get their vote. Yes, exactly. And then like up until 1975, you had to get your husband's permission to open a bank account. Oh my goodness. Like that's the parents' age. That's wild. So I just think the more we can do now to encourage that and, get all the girls educated. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. This is why you're a WIBSE. This is why I am WIBSE. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's massively important. You see so many girls going, I hate maths, I hate science. It's so cliched that the girl goes down the artsy path and the man goes down the science path. And actually all the smartest girls and all the big revelation were often girls. Yeah. This is like in each of these episodes I like to do like a wee tidbit, like to advertise the episode. Oh yeah. And what you just said there, like that'll definitely be sectioned off. It's like yes, here come the girls. Here comes I play Here Comes the Girls.
Oh, but that's brilliant. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I've pulled up this webpage, okay, and I'll ask you two questions from it, okay,
Okay.
because we did talk a lot about imposter syndrome, and we deserve a break to talk about nicer stuff, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I got this from the proprofessors.com
Mm-hmm.
/quiz school /story, and then a lot of fun numbers.
Oh god.
So it's actually like I typed in electrical engineering fun pub
Okay.
quiz questions,
Oh,
and this is the site that came up. So
terrified.
we're gonna take this with a pinch of salt, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Before working on a circuit,
Mm-hmm.
you must line the power supply. So is it A, switch on? Is it B, switch off? Is it C, hold? Or is it D, throw?
Anya, I would like to pick option B, turn off the power supply.
You're correct.
Yes.
That's brilliant. You win. Like,
Oh, thank God. I bet you all of my mentors and bosses are like, please say B. Please say B.
Okay, got another one for you.
Okay.
Okay, and yeah, it's pretty tricky. Okay,
Okay.
so electricity is made at a power plant. Yeah, I said that so weirdly. So electricity is made at a power plant by a huge A, motor, B, generator, C, coil, or D, wire.
Is it a motor?
Like, you're so close. Like, it is
It's a generator. I need to know. I was like, what?
You know what? I think this is a really American-based site.
It really is, and I would like to just clarify and save my reputation that it's probably the motor in the generator doing it.
No, it definitely is. Like, what powers the generator? It's the motor.
Exactly. I
Like,
feel like I was set up there.
like, yeah, definitely. Okay, it is.
It's a flex.
This will be this will be recounted. Okay. No, there's one of the first episodes we did, or the second episode we did. I did it with my director Alan,
Yeah.
and I asked him these questions, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you names or terms which we come across, but I'm
Mhm.
giving you the opposite of the names.
Um,
And a lot I thought were like really like simple. I'm like, he's gonna
Mhm.
get this, no problem. And then when it came to it, he's like, what? Like, what did you just
Yeah.
say? I'm like, okay, maybe.
But it
Oh.
is. It's so difficult. Like
Mhm.
I've never not come last in a pub quiz.
Well, I am useless at a pub quiz,
Yeah.
except movies. Movies I'd be okay at. Like,
Do you know what I am good at?
mhm.
If there's any Simpsons question.
I love The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to show you my bag. Okay.
Okay.
My friend Kristen got this for me for my birthday. My 29. 29. But yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So listeners, it says Quickie Mart. Okay, my tote bag. Okay.
But it's gorgeous colours.
Oh yeah.
It's funky. It's the Quickie Mart colours, like, yeah.
Don't know how she did it, but I'm like
Incredibly thoughtful.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so shout out Kristen Dalton if you're listening.
Better be listening.
Better be listening. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so we're off that section, the
Okay.
women among us, and also what a relief. Okay, so
Mhm.
thank you for playing. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you mentioned there about working as part of the STEM program and being a STEM ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did you come across that role? Or
How did I come across the rest of them? I have no idea. I know this is my answer for everything, but I actually
Yeah.
don't have any idea. It was kind of something that CIBSE are pushing a lot at the minute.
Right, okay, yes.
Yeah, so they're mad keen to get not only young engineers, but anybody in the wider STEM sectors out and about to schools.
Yeah.
You know, promote science, promote maths, technology,
Mhm.
the E in STEM,
Yes.
engineering.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's been fantastic. There was actually a big event out at Titanic there not that long ago. It was like a school fun day.
Okay, yeah.
Really, really interactive with the kids. It's like W5 if it
Yes.
drunk a Red Bull and was crazy.
Oh my goodness.
But like it's all for a good cause.
No, definitely. It's for
Yeah.
the children and their future. Like, and
Children are the future.
children are the future.
Yeah.
And see, this is the thing. There is like I find about our industry in general, the amount of so we've got like certain targets to meet, like of retrofitting homes and like buildings, and all that. And apologies, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my goodness, sorry.
That's the weirdest sneeze ever.
Thank you.
Let's make a full body.
Yeah. We're like, oh my. Yeah, no apologies. But yeah, like with us, like we've got targets to meet, and but it's like the Department of is it economy, but whoever works in the skills like green workforce, they have like estimated as like the amount of jobs that we need to meet those targets.
Yeah.
We don't have the workforce to it. Like none of people are going into this sector.
Yeah.
And so like encouraging people is like here, if you go into the sector, not only are you doing something that could help meet the 2050 targets, it's something that's like really needed, and it's a kind of that like not safety, but like you'll probably always have a job.
Yeah,
in this
absolutely.
sector.
Yeah. Like I think a lot of people see engineering and they see 4 years at uni as heavy. And it is tough. Like second year you will cry.
Yeah.
But everybody comes out of it,
Yeah.
and the jobs are great. And there's such a demand for jobs. At the end of the day, people always need buildings.
Yeah.
And this
Exactly.
is it. And yeah, no, I would absolutely encourage anyone if they had any kind of interest in it at all to jump into it. Give it a go. Yeah.
No, you're just right. Like I try to what is it? Just like because I always find it's the biggest shock coming into the workforce. And like see when I was doing my degree and before I went on placement, no idea what any of this was about.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you get that real life experience, you're like, wow, okay, like this is it. So even like the likes of like places are happy to take people on. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
okay, come
absolutely,
in here for a bit and then can show you what it's like.
Yeah.
And I find like, it's that knowing what you're getting at the other side.
Yeah.
That also helps. Like
So many people don't even realize the work it takes. People walk into buildings and no one is ever like, how did this get here?
Yeah.
Like, who made this?
Yeah. And whereas walking to them now, I was like, whoa, the humidity in this, like it's just right. Like
Love it. No, I walk into buildings now and I look straight up at the services and I'm like, oh, I would not have put the lights like that.
Wait, that's 80 lumens per circle.
I'm like, oh, I don't know if that's meeting the targets.
See, like that's the thing, because it's even I think my director Alan, he said something very like it just kind of like what's the word, synced with me, or just kind of hit me. I'm like, whoa. And he's like, people don't realize that they have the right to be comfortable. Like when you walk, but like when you walk into a building and you're like, yeah, okay, like like a hotel or a library or any office work, you're like, yeah, okay, this is comfortable. But then the design it took to get it to that, and it's like it's very, I don't know. There's a lot of forces at work, a lot of.
Well, absolutely. Like anytime I go home and visit my mommy, I'm like, oh, we were doing this week and whatever, and she's like, how do you actually do that? I'm like, I have no idea. When it's crazy to think that you're just doing these things and then suddenly you have a fully active BMS panel controlling the heating in a building.
Yeah.
And it's cool. Like,
yeah. BMS, that's like a term also, like we're hearing like so much in the past like couple of years. You're like, wow, pretty cool.
Yeah. And it's one of those things that sometimes it's mechanical, sometimes it's electrical.
Yes, yeah.
It's a joint team force.
That like must get you back on to talk about meters as well, because
not meters. Not the meters.
Anything about the meters.
No, we're seeing a massive everywhere wants metering now. They want to manage the loads. Kind of run the loads off over like a month or two, work out when they're using the most kilowatts, when they're not, their peaks.
Yeah.
There was a while there that the bigger buildings were selling their electricity back to the likes of like NIE, ESB, and all of that.
Okay.
But like the grid's too overcrowded now, so people are sitting with these massive generators and transformers
Right.
and nothing to do with the electricity,
Oh, fuck's sake.
which is really crap.
Yeah.
You know, it's full of waste, but once we get the grid upgraded,
Yeah.
it's going to be all systems go.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be people at the event in June, like, who'll be from
Yeah.
the grid.
Yeah. The grid team.
The grid team.
The grid team.
Not the electric team.
Yeah, no, the event will be great. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Fair play to Max. He has done an extensive amount of planning on it.
Yeah.
Mostly because he does not like to share.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Okay.
Yeah, this is what we're doing. And you did great, but we're doing it like this. So sorry, Max.
I'll tag him in this. I was like, Max, you better listen to timestamp.
2 hours later, hey, everyone, we're looking for a new co-vice.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, like like that's great. Like like I'll be at that event as well. So
I hope so.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Did a lot of events now. The one in June, the one in July, like yeah, class. I'll probably only be there for 12 hours. Like I'd say I think it starts at 6 and then probably around 7:30, 8:15 I need to skedaddle because I'm gonna go see Bowling for Soup, which is
Nice.
it starts I think they start around 9 but the doors open at 7 and it was a birthday present for my sister, so I'm like, okay, I'm going.
Yeah, you're
going. So yeah, we'll see. So
I'll network on your behalf.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm here, like CIBSE, and then you're like, oh, what about the Energy Institute? And you're like, CIBSE.
The energy. I'll walk around with 2 business cards, yours and mine, and whoever seems to like take the path, I'll just be like, oh, there you go.
Here, it looks like, like you'd said this.
Yeah, I'm gonna make mine like rainbows and hearts and lovely. And there's like a really sad, miserable beige.
It's actually crumpled.
Yeah, it's actually old newspaper.
It's the wrong number.
And it's not even your correct email. It's still wrong.
Okay. Well, I'll come prep with all the most up-to-date cards and everything. That'll be good. Yeah, brilliant. Well, Adrienne, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. You've been absolutely wonderful to have.
Thank you so much for having me.
And you've given such insightful stuff, and I hope it's helped people. I think it definitely has. One of the reasons we'll start this, just the reassurance of what the job is like, because I'm sure you've seen it too. Maybe the amount of dropouts of people in your degree, because people are like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because hopefully they're in something that they love now. But then just hopefully reassuring people, it's this what it's like, and it's not so scary.
No, it's not scary. I think it's great. But I have to say that.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't. It's great. And I would really encourage anybody thinking about it to just dive into it and see what happens.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I usually say, do you have any advice about that? Dive into it and see what happens.
What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is. You could, you'll be designing buildings. It's the best thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, but thank you for coming on.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Carbon Cli-MATES. If you follow us on Instagram at carbon_Cli-MATES, you can keep up to date with all our latest news about our any events we attend and latest episode uploads. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye. You'll say bye? Bye.